Hello. I'm back at this game. I have been playing. I have not been recording, but I have made some progress in terms of the duel stuff. So, this week is over. I mean, I definitely stayed in champion. I am in champion. I've been here for a couple rounds now. But I am like on the cusp of 1300. And if you go into global leaderboard, this is kind of crazy to think about, but um, if you go into the US, I am 146th in the country. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's a good thing or it's a sign that I have like I need to dedicate less time to GeoGuessr and more time to other stuff. But honestly, I don't play this game that much. Um, so I think I'm just a natural, honestly. I don't know. But but yeah, it feels good to be up here nonetheless. And who knows? Maybe I can get to top 100. What does that require? That requires to beat Gulf of America in 100th place at 1374. I'm within I'm within reach. That's like that's like 5 games winning 5 more games against somebody who's about the same ELA. That's not that far to get top 100 in the country, but in the global, you know what? You don't want to hear about this. Okay, I'll just do this really quick. Me in global, I'm 1,322nd place, which is there's a substantial number of people who sit atop me, but that's okay because right now I'm just gonna play a chill 5 games of Europe, 5 games of US on arbitrary. So I'll do arbitrary Europe, arbitrary US, and I'm gonna keep track and see what I average. Maybe I'll do more videos like this and see if my average goes up, goes down. Ideally, it would go up, but yeah, I'm just gonna play 5 of each and see what happens. And let's start with. I want to end on US. Let's start with Europe, and let's do. I think we're gonna do no move. NMPZ has been growing on me, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of having a little more imagery and information to like kind of talk over and explain, I think it's a good starting point. And immediately here, this would be solvable from the NMPZ because we have this no hunting sign, which is found all over the place in Spain and in Portugal. Now, the thing about this little marker is that Spain and Portugal have unique designs, and unfortunately, I'm forgetting which is which. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hedge towards Portugal, but stay in Spain because to me this just looks more Spanish. It's also Gen 2, which I don't really know if that's more common in Spain or Portugal, but I've definitely seen it in Spain before. So I'm going to go like here. Maybe a little further north, it's pretty green. And let's see, it was Portugal. Okay. So it was the Portuguese no hunting sign. It was the little circle in the square, in the like dot in the angled square. So that's good to know. Let's move on. So we got an Eastern European round here because of the poles. I don't know. They're like A-frame. They have these little things sticking out of it. I can't really describe it. Just look at it. These things. And so it's going to be probably that narrows me down to Russia, Ukraine, and Lithuania, I want to say, because Lithuania has these a lot. I don't really know which it is. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hedge it and just click like around here. And again, it's a Europe map, so it can't be east of these mountains, which is the border between Europe and Asia. But what are these mountains called? I forget. The Urals, right here. So you can't be east of the Urals. There is also Kazakhstan in this map because technically this West Kazakhstan region, like Uralsk, everything west of this river here is technically Europe, the Ural River. So you will see a rare Kazakhstan location because technically Kazakhstan also spans both continents like Turkey and Russia. Anyway, I think I'm just going to hedge here and hope that it's one of the three I said. It was Estonia. Okay, so I was thinking Lithuania. Estonia surprises me. I didn't know Estonia had polls like that, but it's good to know. It was definitely Baltic. At least there is that kind of vibe going on. Okay, we have rifts. So it's going to probably be Montenegro or Albania. And I couldn't really say which one. Honestly, if without those rifts, I would think this would be like Italy or something, which makes sense. It's pretty close, but I think I'm just going to hedge the two. It was Albania, but unfortunately it was max south, so the hedge was not ideal in that case. Round 4 here, we have, just some more Balkan looking stuff. Oh, hello. What's up? That's a fluffy dog. Look at that. Fluffy. All right, we got a huge blur here. Yeah, this is kind of tough. It's definitely Balkan, it's definitely a Balkan vibe. But beyond that, I don't really know what to do. It can't be Serbia because Serbia doesn't have Gen 4 yet. But beyond that, I'm not really sure what to do. Maybe just go Macedonia? Does Macedonia have Gen 4? Maybe? I don't know. These poles kind of look Greek too, like the skinny wooden pole, but also like the really dark brown shade. That's a very Greek looking thing, and Macedonia naturally shares a lot of culture and infrastructure and even language with Greece, of course, because it used to be like part of Greece, I think. I forgot the exact history of it, but there's a lot of conflict between these two parties. But let's try Macedonia and see where it is. It was. Okay, go. It was just Skopje. All right, final round. And all right, we have a bunch of language. We have this pedestrian crossing sign, which a lot of people, even professionals, don't seem to really know much about these because they don't show up like that often. But if you're in an urban round in Europe, they're very likely to show up. And if it doesn't have 5 stripes, these 5 zebra stripes, it can be very useful because most places have 5, but if it's not 5, like some places have 4, some places, Spain has 8, Switzerland has 7 or something. And then a couple places in Eastern Europe have 3. So it could be very useful to narrow it down. And we also have language here, which feels, I'm not sure actually, to be honest. I feel like we're in like Estonia or something, because it kind of feels like Finland. Actually, we're not in Estonia because that's definitely not Estonian, right? So maybe we're in like Lithuania. I forget exactly which ones have 3, to be honest. But it kind of feels like Finland, like just the vibe, but it's not because of the language. So does that kind of look like the language? It does, right? Like, look, Panavezis, Rukita Zuvi. Okay, so there's an umlaut here, the double dot above the U. Do we see that anywhere here? I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think it's probably Lithuania, and if it's not, I'm going to be pretty close. But yeah, and it also kind of feels more coastal, so maybe I'll go over here. Yep, it was on the coast. Wow, I should have just clicked the coast. Just commit. That's a good guess though, and that's a decent game. That's a decent game. It's not amazing. It's not like 20k plus. Mostly hindered by this Estonia guess too, because that really didn't vibe to Estonia to me, but it was. And so let's record that in the spreadsheet and move to game 2. 16687. Boom. Yeah, this guess right here. All right. Game 2. Okay, Iceland, immediate. Wait, no. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's Iceland. Which, this is a really interesting Iceland round. Just because it's so flat. Usually in Iceland you can see like cliffs or mountains. This is really flat. And for a professional, unlike yours truly, this would be immediately recognizable just because of how unique it is. But unfortunately for me, it's a bit of an issue. There are mountains way out there to the east, but I don't really know where it looks flat like this. I think I'm just gonna click like here. I don't really know what to do. Oh, it was on the south coast there. Okay, that's a decent region guess then. I was thinking of clicking right here because it looks flat, which would have been a little better, but I was just scared that it was too much of a commit. But there you go. Iceland, I never really kind of dove into region guessing yet, just because it's kind of small, it's kind of circular, so it's good to just click the middle. You can't lose too many points on it unless it's on high multis and the answer is like on the edge of the island and your opponent gets like region guesses it, but that's pretty rare. So I have been prioritizing other places. This one is easier. We're just in Germany because of the language, because of the bollards, because of the highway shield design, because of the guardrail. Yeah, just all kinds of German clues here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. So we can actually get a pretty good score on this because of the information there. So the 61, let's see if that pops out at us. Here it is. To Köln and Venlo. Worms, what the hell? Excuse me? All right, and that's to the, are we on the 61? Probably. So is that so that's to the west? Where's Köln? Cologne? No, probably a different city, right? Oh, in the 565? Here it is. So are we just at this intersection or close to it? Probably. Let me try to, yeah, the 297, yeah, 257, yeah, we're here, okay. So let me try to line it up here. Yep. It's like right here. I think I could 5K this. There's like this overpass. Huh, wait, where is that? Oh, is it this thing? Wait, no, it's curving though. Oh, is it this? Oh, it's this. So I'm just in front of that. Well, I'm like on the border between two like states or whatever. All right. So yeah, I'm like here. Yep, there you go. That's gonna help our average. And we might need it for this round because I think this round is gonna be tough. There's not much to go on here. Oh, except for, okay, there you go. Well, now it's solved because you have these bollards. So it's going to be Estonia, I think. It definitely looks Baltic, but this gives us where in the Baltics, the Estonian yellow bollard. Let's just click it and move on. There you go. So Estonia is going to have yellow and I think white. And Lithuania, on the other side of the country, is gonna have like darker, like orange, and maybe I think it might have some red as well. So, and Latvia is a completely unique bollard. It has like a number on it, so it's not. They're all kind of distinct from each other. But the way I remembered at the start, before it kind of just naturally got into my vocabulary, is Estonia has the lighter colors. When this, because think about the sun. When the sun is higher in the sky, it's more yellow, white, like brighter, lighter colors. And then when it's setting down low in the south, you can think of Lithuania as the sun being low in the sky. It's more sunset color bollards. That's how I remembered it. I feel like that's generally going to be helpful to a lot of people, but it might not work for everybody. But for me, it worked. Let's move on. Is this Germany? Yeah, we have this yellow sign. Architecture fits. Where in Germany? I don't really know. Maybe this feels, I don't know. I'm just gonna click the middle. I usually do. Yeah, and it worked out. Okay, here we have, I think this is the small cam blur. Small cam is found so far from my experience. I've seen it in France. I've seen it, I think, in Belgium. I've seen it in Spain. It's a lot of Western Europe, it seems. But to be honest, I'm not sure if this is there. These poles should be recognizable, but they're not. I feel like this could be my first major throw, but I'm feeling like Pyrenees is a good shout here. But I'm scared about like Italy or further east. But I'm just gonna go Pyrenees here and hope for the best. Maybe I'll hedge towards Andorra so that I get a couple more points if it's out here. Yeah. Yeah, it was Greece. So that's a really poor way to end here. It was gonna be a great game. Yeah, the Mediterranean just sometimes it's very hard to recognize longitude. But yeah, that's an improvement nonetheless. 18,000. That is not how you calculate average. Okay. There we go. And wait. It's gonna fix itself at the end. I didn't really think about this. I didn't plan this out well enough. But once we get these 5 filled in, the average will be correct. And in the future, I can just hold on. Let me fix this. This is bothering me. All right, there we go. It's all better. So now our average is 17K. Let's move on. All right, game 3. It's the UK, I believe. Yep. It's just vibing like that. And do we have a yellow plate? Yeah, so it's not going to be Ireland. And yeah, I mean, it's just England. I'm not super good at region guessing. I usually just click Birmingham. And it was all the way down there, so that's fine. Here we have kind of German architecture. What is the copyright? Because the copyright is usually 23. In Germany, it is 23. So that's all but making me want to go Germany here. It's kind of hilly, but again, I can't really region guess Germany. I'm just going to go where the most people are over here. And it was the other side near Dresden. Okay. All right, this is, I was going to say this is Switzerland because of the low cam, but is it? Oh, it probably is. Yeah, we have German, so yeah, I mean, but it's like a flat part, so go like north or something. Let's go Arau. Fine. Next, ooh, what is this? This is weird. The color of the road line kind of looks like Russia or something. Maybe it's Ukraine, but the road is like really good quality, weirdly. This is weird. I don't know what's going on with this road line here, but I think I'm just gonna click Russia, like near Ukraine, just in case it is Ukraine. And it is just, I got the state. I got the oblast. What oblast is this? The Oriol Oblast. Definitely not Baltimore though. If you know, you know. All right. This looks like Hungary immediately to me, but is it though? Just the architecture. Just kind of like this roof with like all sides have it, like the pyramidal roof with like this this cross hatch design. Just screams Hungary to me. We also have a holy pole here, which kind of actually looks, I guess it could be Hungary. I was gonna say it kind of looks Romanian too, but let's look at the language. I don't know. I'm not sure which this is, to be honest. It's definitely one of the two. I mean, my first vibe was Hungary, so I think I'm just going to do that, but I will hedge towards Romania. Okay, good. Even better. Let's go. All right. 19344. That's too many decimals. Let us round this to round. Yeah, let's just round. Let's just round. What? Oh, round to 0 to 1 or to 0. Can I do 0? Yeah. Okay. So basically, just truncates that, which is fine. All right. Next. Oh no. Oh no. These are the hard ones. This could be anywhere between Spain and Greece in my mind. Again, it's the Mediterranean that gets me. I just can't. I don't know how to differentiate. Sometimes I can. But on a round like this, for me, it could be anywhere between here and like here. So I just, yeah. We have a A-frame. I don't think it's Greece. These poles would not be in Greece. So that's good. That rules out something. I am liking Spain, I think. I mean, maybe it's Italy, maybe. But I'm really just vibing Spain more here. I don't really know where. I'm just gonna click Spain. It was France. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. It was southern France, which does also make sense. Kind of, I mean, that's also Mediterranean, so that does not get to be excluded from that whole Southern European conundrum. Here we have a Czechoslovakian bollard there with the 2 orange stripes. Now, whenever it comes to Czechoslovakia, the only thing I can do to differentiate the two, or to have some kind of semblance of a decision-making process, is asking myself, okay, is it mountainous? Is it hilly? If so, it's more likely to be Slovakia. If not, if it's flat, it's more likely to be Czechia. Of course, both countries have flat regions. Both countries have mountainous regions, but it's just a probability game for me, because otherwise I have no idea how to differentiate them. They used to be the same country, so they share a lot of the same infrastructure. The languages are nearly identical, especially for non-English, or for someone who doesn't, for an English speaker, you know, who isn't really familiar with Slavic languages. And the infrastructure, yeah, I mean, there's some differences, but I've never really bothered to learn them. So I'm just gonna go Slovakia because of its hilliness, but I'm gonna hedge towards Czechia and move on. And it was just Slovakia, so I'll take it. All right, round 3 of game 4. Yeah, game 4. Okay, making good progress. We have an Italy here because of the bollards. So you're going to get a lot of bollards that look similar to this, Croatia and Hungary particularly. But in Croatia and Hungary, they're going to be further down. The black with the red reflector is going to be further down. I think Croatia is Hungary is the lowest. Croatia is a little further up, and then Italy is all the way on the top here. There is no space at the top. But in this case, it's Italy, and it looks very dry. So I'm going to go pretty south. I mean, maybe it could be like Sardinia, maybe. But I think I'm just going to go... I'm going to hedge here in the Tyrrhenian Sea. It was Sardinia. It was Sardinia. So I'll take it. I'll take it. And we have... Norway? What is this? Like northern Norway? I mean, it's Gen 2. Norway has some Gen 2. It feels like northern Norway to me. I'm just gonna click up here. That happens sometimes. If you play enough games, this will occasionally happen to any player. You kind of just plonk it down, and it just ends up by chance being way closer than you anticipated. I didn't even line that up. I just clicked the general area, and it was just coincidentally right there. And that's just a beautiful thing to look at, honestly. And so is this, because I think we have like the Netherlands or something, which is pretty easy. Yeah, we have a yellow plate. But just the general vibe is very distinct. Zero elevation, giant sprawling green flat hills, these lines of like small trees along the road, this kind of cobbled pavement, but very organized. Yeah, it's the Netherlands. And it's a small country, so... You just click the middle, and that is not an improvement from the last one, but mainly because of the... Wait, what round messed us up here? I guess the worst round was the Spain on France, but I'm not really too disappointed by that one. It was a bordering country, and I did go northern Spain, and it was southern France, so that's fine. That's fine. Last game. Let's see if we can improve the average at the end here. We have Portuguese polls, and I can't really region guess Portugal because again it's a small country and never spent too much time working on that, but I'm just gonna click the middle. Yep, and again it was just the middle there. Okay. Round 2. This kind of architecture reminds me of Czechoslovakia, Poland. Maybe a little Germany too. Maybe a little Slovenia too. A lot of countries, but Central Europe generally. Otherwise, this is kind of hard. I want to say I'm gonna stick here in Czechoslovakia, but it could be down here or something. Yeah, it was Slovenia. That makes more sense with the landscape, I would say, but I just didn't want to commit all the way down there. But yeah, it's a fine guess. And on a world map, of course, that would be many more points than like 2,000 or 3,000. So this is hard. This is a tough one. I don't really know what these mean. We have distant hills, but otherwise a very open, flat landscape. Is this a red car? It's a red car. which is very useful in Europe because that could only be, from what I understand, Sweden, Hungary, Bulgaria, and there might be one more that I'm forgetting, but out of those three, what would be best here? Maybe, I don't know, Hungary? I feel like in Bulgaria you would see more hills and closer up. These hills are to the north. I don't know, could be. It does feel more, it doesn't really feel like Hungary, I'm gonna be honest. I might like Bulgaria better. Yeah, like the architecture doesn't really line up in my mind. I think I'm gonna go Bulgaria. It was Slovakia. Hungary would have been better. All right, this game is not going amazing, but that's okay. We have Spain here because of this, and that says OU, maybe? I mean, it feels northern. I don't really know what OU would be. Oh, maybe that, no. Oh, this, or rents. So these little highway markers, they're really helpful for GeoGuessr because they're named after the regional city. So if I zoom into here, well, I should see a bunch of OUs, and I do. And this is 902. Wow. Okay, I kind of struck gold on this last round to make up for the performance of the previous three. 902, 901. Let me scan for this a bit. All right, yeah, I can't really see it. I think I'm just gonna click the 901 and it should be plenty close enough. I mean, we are dealing with a map the size of a continent. If I can find the OU 901 instead of the OU 902, I think it's gonna be plenty of points here. And it was over here. Oh, I wasn't scanning for the green ones. Whoops. Oh, that's actually, oh my God. That's actually really findable. I was probably on my screen. I was scanning for the orange ones. So I didn't, my eyes did not register. Whoops, but that's okay. We're 16 kilometers away, and our score? Oh, I have one more round, sorry. Oh no, why do you do this to me at the end? Why? Why? Okay, these forested rounds are just not, they're just impossible for me. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with this. It's just a forest. It's just some trees. Typically, I like to go Slovenia on just like a forested road because I feel like Slovenia has a lot of those, but I don't know. It's just a forest. I don't. I'm gonna go northern Slovenia. It was Denmark. That's gonna hurt our average. Yeah. Whoops. That's okay. 14,058, and our average is respectable. 17,000. That's respectable, and the bright side is it leaves room for improvement for future videos, because if I average 20K on the first video, would I boast about it? Yeah, potentially a little bit, but it wouldn't really leave much space ahead so for learning. So that's the bright side. And I was gonna do the same for US, but I feel like I spent a little. I mean, I like to play it out slowly, especially when I'm explaining things, and I like to really think things over in a round. It takes a little bit more time, but I think it's worth it. In this case, though, for the sake of the video, I will hold off on the US map until a future date. And let's see how my average compares. But I think my US might be a little better, just because I'm from here. You know, I've seen it in real life. Um, you know, for over 20 years now, and and yeah, I play it a lot. I think it's fun to play and fun to rage and guess. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Um, and yeah, that was fun. That was informative. I hope you learned something. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Maybe I'll play Europe again, but probably the U.S. to get these averages down and see where I stand after that. So yeah, see ya.